Okay, so I thought we'd just have a bit of a quick look outside and inside of an FM320. This is a fairly clean looking unit actually, but they do have their little problems at times. Now this one here, what have we got? We've got it transmitting at the moment at 2.4 watts. That'll peak up quite easily. That's not very difficult to do. What does happen on them, just as a bit of a guide, let me get this out of the way, is all these joints along here. Need something plastic, don't I? That'll do. All these joints along here can give you some problems and need to be resoldered. As you can see, someone's had a bit of a go with some bits here. We'll have a look at it in a sec. I just resoldered one joint that was giving us a transmit problem, but I can see here there's a couple other not so nice little bits here that excuse me, we'll just sort of clean up a little bit. But generally, if your radio is intermittently transmitting, receiving, and you can wobble that front panel a bit, and get it to transmit, or it's up, it's in those joints every time, and not a difficult fix. Still you want to go in there with a bit of caution. Don't burn the tracks off, etc., etc. But what we'll do while we've got it open, let's just have a look. So we're getting about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2. All right. Let's just see if it's receiving as well. Didn't check that before. It's always good if they receive as well. And it receives. It receives. Yep, absolutely. And my normal UHF tuning tool's not sitting here. I don't know where that is. I might have to do something a bit dodgy here. Where is that thing? Normally I've got my little plastic tool perfect for this job. No. Unbelievable. Alright, I might have to do something a little bit terrible. Hang on. So in this case, do not do as I do, just or do as I say. Well, no, do as I say. Don't use this. Look, I'm using a metal screwdriver, which is not a great idea, but I do know for a fact it's the right size. So what we can do is we can have a look at this receive stage through here, and we can just say, all right, so let's feed in 0.5 of a microvolt. So we're actually asking it to do a fair bit here, and let's just see what we can do. And look at that. See how we can. You can just see that come up a bit, nice, and it actually sounds like a more solid signal. Turn that up a bit, just so you can actually. Let me just turn the generator down so you're not hearing that as well. Let's have a look here. Once again, we're just feeding in a little small amount of signal, and we're just. Yeah, no, that's it. Actually, that's most of this is set pretty right for receive. It's receiving bloody well, and. Yeah, just want to get it right on there. Nice, yeah, nice. Any other thing we probably want to have a look at, receiver's good. How's the deviation on this? 1, 2, 3. No, turn the volume up again. I should be using this fella over here. Actually, I might change over. Why not? I should be using that one. Okay, so let's go over this fella here. And 477-400. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Deviation 4 to 5 kilohertz. Nice, absolutely. Power, we'll get that up a little bit in a second. We'll just have a little play with that and bring that up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But no, sounded good. I just thought I might use my R2600B. I said I was going to use that for more VHF, UHF. Isn't it funny? I go back to my 2009 unit here, the R2009, because it's just my first go-to machine so often. But anyway, but yeah, look, this is actually looking quite good. Apart from we'll just sort of redo those dry joints through the front there very quickly. Just clean up someone else's bit of a mess. We can sort that out. We just want to see if we can pop that power up a little bit. Now, it was a bit hard to show you, but basically 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, each one of those peaking will give you, when you sort them out, 5.01 watts. So that's really nice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2. So now you've got yourself going a nice FM320, 5 watts, deviating beautifully, receiving beautifully, and this radio will last you forever. They're one of those radios where there's so many known faults, that we know about. They're just really not difficult to sort out. They always suffered a little bit of debounce. By debounce I mean sometimes you'd find when you're doing channel change, sorry, I just got something going in the room that's causing that, that you can get it to, you'll do it more on the front selector. See how I can get a little bit erratic there, and normally we give that a bit of clean, and after we've sold these things here, But that little bit of debounce can happen. It's was a very common thing. A lot of the times people just use the control of the mic, to be honest. But yeah, no, that's a nice example of a 320. All right, well, I'm going to just resolder those joints, put it all back together, and this one will just be going out the door to somebody, because I just wanted to make sure it was doing everything it needed to do. They're not expensive, these things. They're really not. I think this will sell for $95, you know, and that's about it. You know, they don't sell for big bucks. But by the same token, you know, if you're a cocky on the country property, invaluable, these things, they can really take a bit of a bashing. They're pretty good. And the good thing is, you get a problem with it, you do know what it is. They're not incredibly difficult to sort out. Yeah, we saw crystal issues now and again. You know, sort of if you got very unlucky, you know, the board, the counters on the front board there, sometimes a little bit of an issue. PA stage is pretty resilient on these things. They weren't too bad. But yeah, look, overall, they were a great little radio. All right, well, I'm just going to quickly solder that up. We'll just put it all back together, and we'll show you it all put back together. Okay, so we've gained 0.3 of a watt, 1-2, soldering a few things up. Interesting that. We didn't adjust anything, just soldered a few bits and pieces up. And yeah. Now, sometimes, guys, just to warn you, you will have to do little things like we've done here. Hang on, move this bit of wire out the way, you better see. You will have to sort of sometimes be a little bit terrible. See how we've had to add a bit of a link in there. It looks a little bit nasty, but someone previously has been into this and it's, you know, taken a bit of the board away. So we just basically make a little wire link up, but it actually means that, you know, it stays solid, it stays, you know, it gives it a bit more flexibility. But as you can see, very easy, just go over them all. It doesn't have to look completely pretty, to be honest, but it does have to have some strength, and does get a, you know, got to give you that ability to make sure it's going to stay fixed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2. Yeah, good. All right, let's put it back together. Okay, so all back together again, and gotta hope it works, eh? 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep, good stuff. All right, that's the FM320. Great old radio. Just, yep, that's a bit of history, aren't they, really? But anyway, all right, we'll pop this up on probably one of the Facebook pages or VK Classifieds or something. This was just one that I wanted to just run through the workshop for a bit of fun. And it's nice to know, you know, if you're selling something that actually works. And this was definitely had a couple of little issues with it, but nothing that couldn't be sorted out rather fast. So just shows, you know, just to recap, those front joints on the board there, resolder those up carefully. I've seen people burn tracks there, so, you know, definitely, you know, something like I use a Weller station here with a, you know, nice little small tip, and for this sort of work is absolutely perfect. So, you know, nothing, no big blow torches or anything. And generally, also check the back of the microphone connection as well. Sometimes you can get a little bit of a dry joint on the back of those, resoldered those, but these ones actually look pretty good. But anyway, great little radio. What can I say? Australian history in the making. Philips did a good job of these things. Okay, 73s, that's the FM320 Philips. We'll do a 321 soon. I've got to get back into one of those, so that will be interesting. Got a little VCO fault with that one. May not just be as simple as doing a couple of joints on those. I've only been trying to get back to that for about 3 years, so yeah. Yeah, I'm getting there. 73s, all the best. VK3 Charlie Mike. Cheers all.